please go into the chat and enter your name and your company and your country or state where you're from. We have several wonderful presenters. I sent out the agenda this time ahead of time. We had a little bit of a change in number 6 on the agenda. And Marco, could you put the agenda in the chat? Thank you. So we had a new person, Ivan Prandelli from Italy is going to be the presenter instead of Laura Stramponi, along with Francesca. But let's start out with Michael McConville because he is our IPS president and he has graciously agreed to welcome everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, Susan. And good morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. Like Susan said, I'm Michael McConville, president of IPS, and there's so much happening in the next few months, and we are extremely excited for all of it. The big thing, of course, is that we are now just a little over 3 months away from the IPS 2024 conference in Berlin. And of course, it has been 6 years since we've had an in-person IPS, and the planetarium world has changed quite a bit since 2018. And one of the things that we're most excited about with the upcoming conference is that it is as much a celebration of all of the things that we have been through and sort of the great opportunities that have arisen in many cases from that. We're in the middle of the Planetarium Centennial. We're celebrating our history, but we're also looking forward to the future. And that has been a guiding principle for us in IPS leadership these last few years of how do we ensure that the community we're building for the next 100 years, I think most accurately reflects how planetariums actually operate in the world today. And one of the things that we have really focused on, and I think meetings like this make very, very clear, is that portable mobile planetariums are more important to the planetarium community than they've ever been. And especially when we sort of walk the walk, if you will, at IPS, it is that we have more and more leadership in IPS that have their roots in the mobile and portable planetarium world. If you're not aware, Marco Avalos is our Latin America board representative. So he is representing countries from Mexico down to Chile and everything in between, and providing not to put Marco on the spot too much, but providing amazing support for them and great insight for us in the officer and board positions as to what's going on and how better IPS can serve. Of course, Susan, a former president, chair of the committee. You'll see Scott Mitchell in here as well. Scott has his new portable planetarium business starting in Southern California. Scott is now the new co-chair of the publications committee. And we've been able to do a lot more in terms of social media and emails and newsletters in getting the word out and getting more people involved in IPS. And so as we move through that, pointing out a few others, Michelle Wistison, who's here in the meeting today, one of the North American board representatives. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that Anna Green, who is our host in Berlin, is the director of the Intense program for the Berlin Planetariums, which is their primary portable dome program. So it is more important than ever. We have mobile and portable planetariums more involved in IPS than ever, and that gives us a lot of clarity on how better we can serve. So if you are coming to Berlin, if the means and the time allow for that, we are very much looking forward to having you out. If you are unable to, I believe it may have opened already, and if not, will open very, very soon. There will be a deeply discounted virtual option. So that I believe it's going to be something like €100 that will give you access to all of the streamed sessions and workshops and plenary presentations that will be occurring in Berlin And then, of course, in between those huge international conferences, it is the everyday, day to day, week to week, month to month work that you all are doing, serving your communities, and in many cases, providing access to science that would not exist otherwise. And that is so deeply commendable. And we are so thankful for all of the work that mobile and portable domes and the planetarians who run them bring to the planetarium community. So, as always, my virtual door is always open. I will put my email in the chat if there's anything that you need. Reach out to anybody here, Marco, Susan, Scott, Michelle, Guillerme, who you'll see. I'm not going to take anything away from Guillerme. He has some big announcements to make in the coming months that I think will be very, very popular with many of our portable domes around the world. But just know we're here to help. We're here to serve you and make the planetarium world a lot better. And you're all very central to that. So, Susan and Marco in particular, thank you so much for having me out this morning and getting to sit in for a little bit on a Saturday morning here and just get a sense for how things are going for all of you in the portable world. So, thanks so much.
Thanks, Michael. We have a question in the chat. Will there be any mobile planetarium session or meeting at the conference?
I am unsure as if there's any like particular time in the schedule that's set aside. I do know that we have a number of mobile planetarians who have had paper and workshop sessions approved. And of course, in the coming weeks, probably by the time we get to maybe the beginning of June, we'll have an official schedule released and the program for the conference. But there will also be an IPS booth in the exhibit hall that we hope will serve as a space for meetups and networking, and that if you would like to informally put together some times, that will be available to all IPS members, to all of our committee chairs and otherwise, to provide a space where, hey, let's go and have a conversation. I know that all of the sponsors have a lot of really great stuff planned. And we're hoping that in the next few months, we just continue to push towards, hey, it's not just about the biggest planetariums, the fixed domes and things. We're going to have a lot of mobile planetarians at IPS, and we want to be able to serve that as well as possible. So there will be some new sessions at this IPS that we haven't officially had in the past. If you are a new IPS member and you are attending your first conference in Berlin, we are going to have an official new member session at the very beginning to be able to get sort of everyone up to speed on what's going on with the conference, make you feel hopefully a little bit more comfortable in what can be a very overwhelming environment. But also in the lead up to the conference, if you have already registered, you may have noticed that in the registration documents, we had asked if you were willing to serve as a mentor or to be a mentee, to be matched with someone more experienced, if you will, in the IPS world to help you walk through that first conference. And so we're hoping that that results in a couple of online meetings beforehand, some meet and greets between let's call them seasoned IPS veterans and some of our newer IPS attendees, and hoping that that transitions directly into the conference itself in July.
Are there any other questions for Michael while we have him here?
I will have one thing extra to say. Given this this group of planetarians, this is also a very, very important election year. We have a lot of positions open. There's a European position open, a North American position open, and then all of the officers, Secretary, Treasurer, and most importantly, President-elect. And while that may be a big jump for some people, maybe you want to serve on a committee first or as a chair, do give it some consideration if you feel so led to participate in that level of leadership with IPS, that this is the year to do so. Between this year and 2026, we will have turnover or an election for all positions in IPS. So that's all of the board representative positions and all of the officer positions. And so great opportunity to get involved. For those of you who have served in the past and currently, it can be a lot of work. It is deeply fulfilling. It has been a really fun 15 months of being president. We still haven't hit the conference yet, which is going to be sort of the peak of it all. But we are only as good as the people who participate. And I know from a group like this, we have a lot of very, very competent, very, very skilled individuals, and we want to be able to take advantage of that from the IPS leadership side. So if you're interested in that, if you just want to have a email or Zoom conversation about what it might entail, again, reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat, and hopefully can get a few more individuals involved. If that's not a big thing for you, well, we've got a lot of committees, and of course, talk to Susan and Marco. I think there are a multitude of ways in which you could help mobile and portable planetariums, especially in this committee structure, in the months and years to follow.
Thank you so much, Michael, for attending and for enlightening us on a few of the IPS pieces of information that we need to have, and for your support, your ongoing support. Thank you. Okay, next up is Lionel Ruiz, and he is a director of the Planetarium in Marseille, France. Lionel, are you there?
Yes, I am, and ready to begin to share things. But how many times do I have to do my presentation, please, Susan?
Say that again.
How many time for my presentation?
You have at least 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
And questions. Okay.
Thanks. So I will start to share my screen. And share sound as well. So, okay, you shall be able to see my screen now. And I will begin not with that, but with the fact that we have made a new group, an association of French-speaking planetarium, most mobile, small or mobile planetarium in France. And we gather more than 50 people. And we had to do that because we had the will to do a lot of things together. We have done a lot during 15 years by making our LSS system, which is a fisheye system of projection for planetarium, projecting with a normal video projector and a bunch of lenses, making a full dome view of the sky. And we have made evolving software from Stellarium. And we had made some good points because we are users before everything. So as we are users, we have needs for our planetarium. And so we decided to build the best for that. And so I will begin with our software. So first it was Stellarium, then it moved to Nightshade with Digitalis Education. And after that, when they decided to do their software from scratch, we moved to another name, and it was a Spacecrafter. With this software, it's close to Stellarium, but we made some new features to go more into the planetarium field. So here it's possible to draw the 3D object, and with a joypad you can move around to navigate and to see parts of the ISS, or any 3D model that you can download from internet, for example. So it's a simple software to present the sky, first of all. And we have done a lot of features to talk about the seasons, for example. And it's not only possible to draw things about the tropic lines and the equator lines that permit to see how the sun is moving during the day. But we can build scripts, elaborated scripts with functions and questioning the software to get variables and to permit to change manually, for example, the latitude with the joypad, for example, and then you get a different landscape, and you can have animations to see the evolution of the path of the sun during the day at different seasons. And so that way you can explain a lot about seasons and on the positioning on the Earth. To help that, you can add, of course, images on the fly with the software. And that way you can explain why it's like this with the Earth tilted. And you can add videos. By adding videos, it's possible to explain things more accurately. And full dome videos are fully integrated because it's smooth between the sky and the video, because it's an alpha channel that permits to have fade in and fade out for the video to explain things about the seasons in different ways, about the length of the day and so on. So it's better to have videos integrated into the software. You can play different videos, rectangular videos with the shape organized, and it's all these features I'm presenting are free from the software, a software that is running on Linux, but also on Windows. So you can download it freely if you want. And there are some functions that I think nobody has, like, for example, if you want to play a video like this with a rocket, there's a problem because the rocket is just limited to the south of the image. And that way, it's troublesome if people are on a small dome in a circumferential way. So there's possibility to draw the bottom part of the image and reverse it and play it at the top of the image to have a good view from all the position if it's a two-oriented video. And you can switch on and off with this feature. So you can have it and you can discard it depending on any moment of the video you need to be immersed with a full image, or if it's only important in the bottom part of the image. There are also things for the night, of course, and we benefit from the sky cultures from the original Stellarium software, but we made with the help of the French community of planetariums to use the colorized version of Hevelius sky culture. And we discarded the stars to put the stars from the software. And that way, we have a lot of different sky cultures available through this. And we made, with the help of Genova Planetarium in Italy, to have a nice sky culture. And we can use any sky culture like this one from Al-Sufi integrated into our software as well. Okay, just concerning the sky, we have the path of the stars, and we can view the way that the planets are moving, and then we can add some figures to talk about why the motion of planets are like this, and we can move time forward and backward as will. And that way we can talk about the solar system as seen from the Earth, and we can switch easily to the view from the top. And with the possibility with the joypad, we can tilt the vision. We can as well increase the size of planets to see things better. And we can add some functions to view the solar system from the side. And that way we can add the zodiacal constellations to see how it is viewed from our position on Earth, because they are like in front of a table, and we see things that way. So with the asteroids as well, with the Kuiper Belt asteroid. Also, we can turn around to see why Pluto is seen with an angle from the Earth, and we can go away to navigate through the Oort cloud to talk about comets. And we have comets in the software as well, because we can draw them like this. As you may know, there's a 12P Pons Brooks and the Tsushinshan Atlas that will come in a few months and will be easily visible. You can draw the path in the solar system view, but you can as well zoom into the field to see the comet with the tails, if you manage to put them with the good parameters. And you can go around the planets. I will go to morning. It's better to have the possibility in the morning to view Saturn that is back in the morning sky. And you can go directly there, going out from the Earth and then going to Saturn. And you can navigate around the planet to see things in another way. And it's possible to view the planets with the altimetry and other features within the software. And with the joypad, it's really amazing to navigate and view things with this software that permit to talk a lot about things. So maybe I'm over with the time.
In the chat, people are asking if you can show, let's see, show the interface of the software.
Oh, the interface, in fact, it's more a keyboard, because everything can be controlled with the keyboard with commands. And I will show you now those commands. It's a PDF that shows the comments. You can have the comments by pressing the key, but you can have the comments by pressing second. Those from Digitalis Education know, and features from Stellarium at the 0.6 and 0.7 version. Second, permit to have another function. Control plus the key permit as well to have another one. Shift plus the key, and Windows plus the key. So with one key, you can have 5 functions, and so more than 500 functions. Maybe it's hard to record in the mind because that makes plenty of functions. There's the keyboard as well. There's the joystick as well with commands, with a lot of buttons, with the Xbox controller that we recommend, even if you can use any controller, and adapt the keys with the functions. And yeah, that's it. But there are other interfaces available. Some you can get the possibility to send orders in a way, and to get to build your own. Or we have done a lot of interfaces, but well, it's not free, so I didn't want to talk about it there.
Paul Krapinski is asking, how do you get the visualizations to the dome? And so how you're connecting it to your, is this the LLS system that you're using?
We use it in our domes and directly in fisheye mode. There's no possibility to use it with spherical mirror because we don't manage the projection system. So it's directly fisheye, so it works just by putting the wire to the video projector with your computer.
Great. Any more questions, everyone? Don't see any more. Oh, how could you zoom out from the ORC cloud as you showed previously?
With the triggers, there are triggers and analog triggers in front of the joypad. You can have it with the keys, but it's not so smooth because analog triggers can make it move more very, very smoothly for the commands with the stick to manage the latitude and then the longitude. And with the triggers, analog triggers from the Xbox controller, you can move quickly or not, or smoothly if you want, by pressing and adjusting the pressure on the key. Oh, Susan, you're mute.
Can you show video?
About videos?
Yeah, can you stream video from the internet?
Not within the software. It's outside that you can manage it, so you can't distort it to project it if it's a rectangular video into the dome. We didn't. We have it. We have this in the to-do list because the software is free and it's available in GitHub, so you can download the sources, and you can join the team of developer if you want, because it's possible to see what feature we are wanting, and so some people are helping to do things, because well, it's not a problem to go to build this feature, because everything about playing stream is already possible, but we didn't did it for now.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. And I want to remind everyone that LLS system is a free system that you can build yourself the directions are on our IPS Portable Planetarium resource page. We've had many people building their own, and it works really well. Also, you mentioned your new organization. This is a way that other language groups can also join together so that you're not isolated from each other. And Lionel is going across countries with this, not just in France. It's also any other French-speaking country. People can join his group. So we could do that with Spanish-speaking people. We could do it with all kinds of languages, language groups that get together with the Portable Planetarium and make an organization. Thanks so much, Lionel. Next up, we have Andreas Wieck, and he is from Germany. Mobile's Planetarium Week. Andreas, are you here? Okay. Marco, do you see him at all?
If he was here,
Actually, I don't find him.
Okay.
Let me bring
I'll take.
Jamie in.
I will take this moment then to ask you all if you have not put your name, your company, and your location, your country or your state in the chat. Please do that now. And we will go ahead to Mohammed Muslim.
Hello, Susan. This is Omar Fikri and Muhammad Muslim from Iraq. He would like to speak and talk his presentation in Arabic, and I help him to make a translation in English. But I ask you please to present his material from your side because the weakness of internet from Iraq. He sent two videos. He sent the two videos, promotional nice videos with nice music, and one PowerPoint presentation. So when you are ready, or your colleagues, Muhammad can introduce himself in Arabic to our colleague in Arabic here in this meeting, and I'll help to make a translation for you.
Okay, Marco is going to facilitate that.
Yes.
What would you like first, the PowerPoint or the video?
Two videos. But let me first let Muhammad introduce himself in Arabic and say hello to you, all of you, and we can start the two videos.
Okay.
Muhammad,
videos and the presentation. Go ahead.
محمد من العراق. محمد مسلم.
نعم، السلام عليكم. مرحبا دكتور.
He says hello to all of you. السلام عليكم in Arabic.
Welcome.
مرحبا بالجميع، وأنا سعيد بالمشاركة، وإن شاء الله هذه ثاني مرة وإن شاء الله مستمرين بالمشاركة معاكم. أنا تجمع رائع، تجمع علمي هذا، ونحب نشارك باستمرار معاكم.
He is very happy to introduce this nice meeting, and thank you, Susan, and your team for introducing his chance to participate for the second time and give him this short time to present his experience or experiment or challenge in the Portable Planetarium.
نعم دكتور، العرض راح يكون من عندك أم من عند سوزان؟
محمد هيعرضوا 2 فيديو الأول وبعدين البرزنتيشن. اوكي
ماكو مشكلة. اوكي.
Okay, Susan, okay, now he waiting to present the 2 videos, and then he will present the PowerPoint presentation. We are ready.
And now we will play the 2 videos then.
Yeah, please. These 2 videos about the Portable Planetarium, he bought and we prepared everything for this Portable Planetarium for the 1 year. Okay, let's go. Enjoy. Okay, this is the one. Let's go to the second one. Okay. Okay, this is one personal video for Muhammad Muslim from Iraq. He make a celebration for 1 year of success of his experiment. So now I let Muhammad speak to introduce the PowerPoint if you are ready, Mike.
دكتور كم الوقت المتاح
He
لنا؟
asked about what about the duration of time he available for him. Susan.
10 دقائق يمكن لو أكثر.
10
Susan?
minutes is our usual time, so try to stick within around 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
تمام.
10. Okay, go ahead.
أوكي. تمام.
So can you share the PowerPoint presentation, Susan, from your side? Okay. Go ahead,
أوكي.
Muhammad. And اديني فرصة.
أوكي. طبعا راح نتكلم بإيجاز يعني عن يعني حتى ما نطيل على
تمام.
ونأخذ أكثر من وقتنا. بداية كانت انطلاقتي في عمل القباب الفلكية مع انضمامي إلى جمعية القباب الفلكية العربية. هذه جمعية مليئة بالطاقات العلمية الكفؤة والخبرات في هذا المجال، ومنهم تعلم هذا المجال.
Join society. Okay, go ahead. اديني فرصة ترجم بس.
أوكي.
Okay, Muhammad, he feels when he joined the Arab Planetarium Society from 2 years ago, and starting with his experiment to build the portable planetarium by himself. Okay.
اوكي. طبعا في هذا السلايد هذه 4 قباب حاليا متوفره عندي، وان شاء الله راح نتكلم عن كل قبه فلكيه بايجاز. بدايه اولا القبه الفلكيه المصنوعه يدويا من مواد محليه هذه.
He now owns 4 portable planetarium. One of them was manufactured by himself. He will give a short note about each one.
تمام. نقدر نغير السلايد الثاني.
Slide. Next slide.
تمام. هذه القبة الفلكية المتنقلة. طبعا هذه قطر 8 متر وارتفاع 5 متر. هذه طبعا خطوة ثانية كانت. الخطوة الأولى هي صناعة القبة الفلكية محليا، وبعد ذلك قمت باستيرادها جاهزة من بعد ما طورت في عملي.
This one for the second portable planetarium, he bought manufacturer from China directly after he manufactured the first one, and this is one was 8 meter diameter with 5 meter height with this sample of astronaut. Okay.
اوكي. هذه طبعا القبة تسع إلى أعداد ما بين 70 إلى 100 طالب حسب الأعمار. ونزور بها جميع المؤسسات العلمية والتربوية ورياض الأطفال، ونقدم العروض حسب الأعمار وحسب القابلية العلمية للمتلقين.
This planetarium can include from 50 to 70 kids and present some scientific shows, short scientific shows for all categories for the audience, from kids to adults.
أوكي، السلايد الثالث.
Next. When I say next, you can please swipe the slide.
هذه القبة الفلكية، هذه قطر 10 متر وارتفاع 6 متر. هذه طبعا إلى الآن يعني ما بدأت العمل بها يعني، لكن هي جاهزة وموجودة، وإن شاء الله نبدأ في بداية العام الدراسي القادم في هذه القبة. وصنعناها بطريقة شكل يعني مطبوع عليها كما موضح، طريقة مشوقة للدخول، ويعني هذه رجل الفضاء ومثل ما جاء يشاهدون بالصورة.
This is a third port planetarium. He not already ready for operation. He will operate at the beginning of the first of the new educational year. As you see, it's the 10-meter diameter, and he already printed some Arabic logan and some Arabic title of his astronomy association or astronomy club in Iraq. Okay.
تمام. السلايد الرابع. هذه القبة، هذه قطر 5 متر وارتفاع 3.5 متر. هذه تسع إلى طلاب ما بين 20 إلى 35 حسب الأعمار. لذلك إحنا موفرين قباب فلكية مختلفة الأحجام تناسب جميع الأماكن اللي نزورها المؤسسات حسب المكان المتوفر لديهم.
This is a fourth one. It was 5 meter diameter with meter height, and he also can work inside, indoor and outdoor for different categories of audience or visitors. Next.
أوكي، السلايد الأخير.
Last one. Okay.
هذه القبة طبعا هذه البداية كنا المفروض أن نضعها في البداية، لكن خليناها بالأخير حتى نتكلم عليها. هذه البداية كانت من هذه القبة الفلكية البسيطة بصناعة يدوية محلية، وبهذا تجميع جهاز العرض بهذه الطريقة، وبدأنا به وكانت خطوة ناجحة، وبعد ذلك تطور العمل كما شاهدتم في السلايدات السابقة.
He was very proud for this first one because he manufactured the inflatable dome by himself in Iraq by local material in Iraq, as you see, and he entered this field by this model of planetarium. How many meters, Muhammad, diameter? 5 meter diameter, and presented a diagonal and fish islands. And after that, he bought the other 3 portable already planetarium.
Okay. طبعا اليوم احنا موضوعنا عن القباب المتنقلة فقط. احنا عندنا ايضا قباب فلكية ثابتة في البصرة 2، واجهزتها الفلكية حاليا متعطلة، لذلك نقدم فيها العروض ايضا، وهي واحدة في جامعة البصرة، واحدة في أكاديمية الخليج العربي، وهذا ايضا جزء من عمل.
Muhammad also gave a note about the fixed planetarium in Iraq, but unfortunately it's not working because the accessories or the projector is not working at this time. But he helped by this portable planetarium to present some shows as that fixed planetarium by his own accessories of the portable one in Iraq, in Basra and Baghdad.
طبعا أنا إلى الآن يعني أكتفي بهذا القدر، يعني ما أريد أطيل عليكم، وأشكركم على هذه الفرصة وهذه الوقت إن شاء الله يكون مفيد للجميع.
That's all here. We just say thank you for this sharing this time to share his unique experience in Iraq and in Arab world. And also I have two questions for Omar, two questions for Muhammad before ending this short session. محمد بسألك على السوفت وير
نعم
اللي بتستخدمه
نعم
والعروض
نعم
والماركتينج. I asked him about the software he used and shows and how he can market this successful project.
نعم دكتور، بخصوص المحتوى العلمي يعني قصدك تريد أتكلم عنه داخل القبة؟
البرنامج اللي بتستخدمه العروض ايه كده يعني ازاي
نعم
بتسوق
نعم. العروض طبعا نستخدم برامج اللي هي مثل ستيلاريوم وسبيس انجن، هذه برامج، وبالإضافة إلى الفيديوهات يعني متوفرة عندنا، منها علمية، منها تشويقية، يعني ما بين العلمي والترفيهي. وأيضا عندنا بعض الأعمار الصغيرة، هذه رياض الأطفال في البداية، أن حتى بعض الأفلام الكرتون حتى نستوعبهم وحتى لا يخافون بالبداية، هذه نعرضها لهم، بعدين نتحول إلى العروض العلمية. فهذه باختصار يعني مجموعة المحتوى العلمي المقدم.
the Stellarium and Space Engine software and some cartoon and the funny short videos for the kids besides the astronauts model beside the his portable planetarium. One of our audience asked Muhammad about how you install 8 or 10 meters. محمد في واحد بيسأل ازاي بتجهز القبة 8 متر و10 متر للعرض للجمهور.
نعم، احنا طبعا مو شخص واحد يعني كادر، احنا اقل شيء شخصين، اكثر شيء نكون 6 اشخاص يعني حسب حجم العمل. فطبعا القبة 8 متر يستغرق نصبها تقريبا 45 دقيقة، القبة 5 متر 30 دقيقة. هذا هو تقريبا الوقت اللي نحتاجه.
Okay, concerning the question of how Muhammad installed 8 or 10 meters portable planetarium, he asked that he has a team up to 6 person helping him for each time. 6 person help him to make the planetarium 8 meter or 10 meters to be ready for the audience, and it will take about 40 to 45 minutes to be the portable planetarium be ready for the visitors. Any questions?
Yes. Is there a company name that you can give for the Chinese dome?
Muhammad, Madame Susan asked about the name of the Chinese الاسم الشركة الصينية اللي انت اشتريت منها، لو ممكن تكتبه في الشات.
ها سي اوكي، اي سي اوكي، في علي بابا موجودة، في علي اكسبرس، سي اوكي، هذه معروفة.
The company said COK. It was an Alibaba platform of paying online. COK.
Okay. And do you have to be concerned about fire retardant material to make sure that it passes inspection for your country, or are the rules more lax because we have very high standards for fire retardant specifications?
هي بتسأل عن ملائمة وعوامل الأمان وطبيعة البلانتاريوم ومدى يعني تشغيلها في العراق. هل هي مناسبة ولا لقيت صعوبات في تشغيل القباب الفلكية المستوردة من الصين ومدى ملائمتها أمنيا يعني؟
لا، الأمر طبيعي وملائمة للعمل وبيئة العراق ومناسبة يعني. لا يوجد أي معوقات كبيرة، لكن أكو في صعوبات يعني ممكن نتجاوزها. مثلا الأجواء لازم تكون جو مناسب، في حال كانت في الهواء الطلق أو يعني هذا إحنا طبعا نكشف على المكان قبل لا ننصب القبة، نروح قبل يوم إن نهيئ المكان، نختار المكان المناسب. هذه طبعا الاستعدادات نعتبرها قبل بدء العرض يعني. فالأمر طبيعي يعني، ما في أي أمور صعبة أو تعيق العمل.
وعوامل أمان يا محمد ضد الحريق؟
عوامل الأمان طبعا عندنا قواعد سلامة كثيرة، طبعا احنا نراعيها بحذر شديد طبعا. ما أعرف إذا أكو وقت، يعني عوامل السلامة كثيرة، يعني إحنا نحتاج ناخذ احتياطنا بها. فلذلك الحمد لله يعني جاهزين لأي طارئ يطرأ في حال تقديم العرض، أو إحنا أصلا نتلافى بعض حسب خبرتنا طبعا، يعني خبرة متراكمة في هذا العمل. لذلك صار نعرف إحنا نتلافى المشاكل قبل وقوعها يعني.
Okay. Okay, Susan, he said according to his experience, the material of the inflatable dome from China was usual and was easily to use, and also safe for the any problem. And before each chose, he make a brief visit for the site to see the issue of saving and issue of ready to use the planetarium, and he is satisfied with this planetarium from China.
And one last question. Two last questions. Someone asked, are accessories from portable planetarium enough to set up a fixed planetarium? We in Kathmandu also wish to set up one fixed planetarium for all the astronomy enthusiasts. Not quite sure what that means.
هي بتسأل ازاي بتعمل عروض في القبة الثابتة يا محمد، بالقبة المتنقلة بتاعتك، ايه الادوات بتستخدمها في القبب الغير شغالة بالعراق اللي في البصرة اللي قلت عليها؟ هل بتاخد البورتال بلانتيريوم ولا بتاخد الأجهزة
نعم
بروجيكت؟
بالضبط. لا لا، إيه هو بالضبط، أنا أحتاج فقط نظام العرض اللي هو البروجيكتور مع اللابتوب ونظام الصوت. هذا هو اللي أحتاجه فقط. وهذه البروجيكتور اللي متوفر عندي يعني 7400 لومنس، يعني لا بأس به. لذلك أقدم بعروض في القباب الفلكية متوفرة عندنا، اللي هي قطرها 15 متر، فصورة رائعة وما فيها أي قصور.
So Muhammad said he only take the projector and software and sound system. The projector is 7,500 lumens, and the fixed planetarium at Iraq was 15 meters. And these accessories, the projector, I mean, and his software and sound system, it's used or work in the fixed planetarium in Baghdad and El Basra. And he making or introducing many shows by this projector, laptop, and sound system.
Okay, and my last question is, when you are using a dome outdoors, is it do you have wind problems or any issues with the planetarium outdoor use?
محمد ازاي بتتعامل في الاجواء المفتوحه بالبورتال بلانتيريوم؟ يعني لو في رياح، اذا في اجواء مناخيه غير مناسبه، هل قابلتك حاجه زي كده وهل انت بتتعامل يعني؟
نعم طبعا احنا نرتب الموعد مع المؤسسة اللي احنا نريد نزورهم قبل اسبوع او 10 ايام. لذلك احنا راح بهذه الفترة نقدر نشوف الطقس، يعني حتى نختار اليوم المناسب. تمام. وفي بعض الأحيان رغم هذا الاحتياط اللي ناخذه تواجهنا مثلا بعض الرياح، يعني أكثر شيء اللي هي ما حاسبين حسابها أنه فجأة تصير. لذلك يعني عندنا حلول لهذا الشيء طبعا. ممكن الترجم هذا وأنا
ايه الحلول؟ ايه الحلول؟
أوضح.
ايه
الحلول
الحلول؟
هي الحلول طبعا اذا كانت سرعه الهواء من 20 الى 30 كيلومتر هذه ممكن نسيطر عليها. اذا اكثر من 30 كيلومتر تكون الرياح هذه يعني قويه وتاثر عليه. فالحل هو نبدا بنفخ القبه، يعني وهي ترتفع يعني على النص، يعني ما مرتفعه 100%. نبدي ندخل الحضور حتى يجلسون، يكون هو جلوسهم بالقبه يعني يلزم القبه ويثبتها. بعد ذلك يكتمل العدد داخل القبة. احنا نخلي بالعادة فان واحد يشتغل. في هذه الحالة راح نخلي فانات 2 تشتغل، حتى تكون القبة يعني مملية بالهواء وتكون قوية تصد الرياح. يعني لو كانت فان واحدة تشتغل راح يكون الهواء مو كافي يصد الرياح، راح تكون يعني ما تقاوم الرياح، فنخلي فانات اثنين تشتغل. فبهذه الحالة ممكن نتجاوز عامل الرياح.
Okay. Muhammad said before he accepted a show at any site, he make up for 7 days or 10 days to see what about the weather condition at that site or other. And if there are from 20 or 30 kilometer speed of wind speed, it's not okay. It's okay and can be workable. But if the wind speed exceeds 30 kilometer, he make a balance by the audience and sign and work with a two blower to make a balance between inside and outside the wind speed. According to his experience, this is it will be work. The balance between the audience or the kids inside and working with a two blower, not only one blower. So we make the balance of the air inside and outside.
Thank you for
Susan.
that. Good. I see in the chat, Amar Palsinj is interested to connect with your very prestigious astronomy services. So check his message in the chat. He left his phone number. Star Vision also, I think, wants your contact information. So put it in the chat where people can reach you.
اوكي محمد، لو سمحت حط البيزنس كارد بتاعك، بياناتك، التليفون، الايميل. في ناس عايزه تتواصل معاك، ممكن تصور كارت بتاعك او رقم موبايل والايميل بتاعك على الشات، وهم في ناس حابه تتواصل معاك بخصوص التجربه بتاعتك.
نعم دكتور، السلايد الأول في مواقع التواصل ممكن تخليه هي على الشاشة، ياخذوا له سكرين شوت يعني إذا ممكن، لو ما ممكن.
Okay. Susan, he says the first slide of the PowerPoint presentation include all contact information of Muhammad, and all our colleagues in this meeting can take screenshot of this slide to keep, and if like he welcome anybody to contact with him. The first slide of the PowerPoint.
Oh, the first slide on the PowerPoint. Could you bring that up, Marco?
And anybody can take a screenshot for the
Let me bring back the presentation in just a minute.
Thank you, Marco.
While we are waiting, if you have not put your name, your company name, and your state or country in the chat, please do that. I'm wondering if after we look at this screenshot, if Andreas Week is not here, Yuri, were you working with Andreas? He said he purchased his dome from the Ukraine. Was that from you?
No, probably not.
Okay, thank you.
We're not a company.
Email and phone number at the bottom of the slide of Muhammad Muslim from Iraq. The phone number and email lower right. شكرا Muhammad. Thank you, Susan, for all of you.
Okay, thank you very much.
شكرا دكتور عمر، بارك الله فيك.
السلام عليكم.
A very exciting program that he has. Thank you. Okay, so we have some information from Italy next. Francesca Limaroli and Ivan Prandelli. If you would like to present next. Celestial idioms.
Thank you, Susan. I'm Francesca, and I want to say you thank you for the opportunity to give me to present the Celestial Idioms project, astronomy in local dialects. The idea was born after considering that our ancestors were a great observer of the sky and celestial phenomena, but in local languages there are no or very few astronomical words, and it is very strange we have to think that once upon a time, there were no computers, no mobile phones, no electronic diaries, but people were able to know their position, even if they were in the middle of the sea. Sailors could plot their courses by looking at the position of the stars. The farmer knew when it was time to sow, to plow, and to harvest, just by observing the position of a celestial object. Therefore, they observed the sky. They knew very well the object they saw with the naked eye, and they applied this knowledge in everyday life. So how it's possible that the vocabularies of local languages and dialects are so poor in astronomical terms? This is where the Celestial Idiom Project was born. The Serafino Zani Observatory has created this new project with the aim of promoting knowledge of the visible sky to all, to arouse the curiosity of the communities of the Alpine valleys. We propose a bridge between earth and sky made of words, those of local languages and dialects. This word will be written and read aloud in the Latin language and in the dialect of Lumezzane. Lumezzane is a small village in Valgobbia Valley, not far from Brescia, in the north of Italy. With this project, we would like to involve other entities. They could promote this similar activity in their local dialects or local languages. First translation into Latin and dialect of Lumezzane were dedicated to an object symbolizing the dark sky, the Milky Way. Our galaxy can only be seen where the lights don't erase the stars. And in the dialect of Valgobbia becomes, I will try to pronounce it, but it's not very easy. Sounds like la Via delle Stelle. In the Latin languages, I translated with the expression La Via Lattea Nostra Galassia. Second translation was dedicated to light pollution, a topic to which the Serafino Zani Observatory has dedicated many initiatives since its inception. And there is an invitation to reduce waste. I will try again to speak a dialect, lumezzanese dialect. Morja la luce en fa el cervello, or turn off the light and turn on the brain. The recording in Latin are made by me. I live in Val di Fassa and I normally speak the Latin in Fasano version because there are different Latin speaking in the Alps. And the recordings in Lumezzanese dialect are made by Ivan Prandelli. He's a native animator of the Valgobbia Observatory for many years. The project coordinator is Serafino Zani Observatory, and if someone would like to join our group and take part in the project, will be welcome. We propose a chapter each month. Is a short translation about a dance subject. Now I can show you the what can concern the first chapters, if I can. Okay. Okay, I hope you can see. Okay. The first chapter were dedicated to Milky Way light pollution, as I said, and twilight, and the last one, meteors and meteoritas. So if you want, there is the email address of Serafino Zani Observatory, and we wait to collaborate with you.
This is wonderful. I'm amazed also that the people did not have words for what they saw in the past. It was not passed down. I don't know if that has happened in any other places. It's an interesting thought. So how can people participate? What would you like people to do if they want to participate?
We give the team, the subject, and also the part to translate. And every month we publish the new translation. So the name of the project is Idiomi Celesti, idioms, celestial idioms. And so we hope in the future will be more and more dialects and local languages that participated with us.
Oh, I see. So you would like people to send you the same information in their own dialect.
Yes, yes. We
I
give
see.
the short subject is
Right, right.
in English, and then you have the opportunity to translate in your local dialects, also with the specialities. Maybe the language had a different form, and especially for dialects, there are some sound that are different from the official language.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes. And how is where are these recordings located? How can people find it at the same address, the Serafino Zani address?
Yes.
There's a website with all of these recordings.
Yes, but we can write to Serafino Zani Observatory and ask for the
Okay.
list of the index of text and recordings.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing this information.
Thank you.
Excellent. Any questions, anyone? Loris has put in the chat the website. Excellent. Okay. So Andreas Week is still not here. If not, we will go to Marco Avalos from Costa Rica, my partner.
Thank you, Susan. Good morning or good day, everybody. Thank you for joining again our meetings, the global meetings for mobiles. It's a wonderful experience for even for us. Been years in this, but we learn new things every day. So thank you again for joining. So what I'm going to talk about is about the celebration of the International Day of Planetariums, because in this occasion, it has been very related to the celebration of the Centennial of the planetariums in general. So because of that, the date was changed from March. Now it's May 7th. And all the activities that we may consider doing for this celebration, our recommendation is to relate them to the celebration of the Centennial. On Facebook, you may find a Facebook page about the International Day of Planetariums already. Has a lot of members lately. And we will be sharing everything you do regarding this day on this Facebook page, International Day of Planetariums, and of course on the IPS, on the International Planetarium Society Facebook page too. If you have videos that you're going to produce for the celebration, you can send it to us and we will publish them either on the IPS YouTube channel, Facebook channel, or whatever. We'd like everybody to share your experience. in previous years, these activities has been like related to letting the people know that we're just not alone with our planetarium in our country, but there's a whole world of planetariums, and also letting them know about how we collaborate internationally. And so this occasion about this Centennial thing, it should be like most appropriate to point people to the fact that we have 100 years of being playing back the skies for everybody. There's a website, planetarium100.org, that you can visit at all times. It's been updated regularly with materials and things that we can take from there for this Centennial celebration. In particular, there are a couple of productions, 100 Years of Eternity and Kira. They were played back for the first time last year in October in Germany for the first celebration of the Centennial. There's a version of 100 Years of Eternity in several languages already. Here you will find the first languages, which were German and English. We already produced the Spanish version for neutral Spanish to be used in Latin America and Spain. And for you to have this, you have to contact the producer, Tobias Witthoff. Let me show you the rest of the site here. This is the email that you can use to contact him, and it has a it has a price, but there's a special price adjustment for small planetariums or those in difficult circumstances. And he also is asking for new languages that are not already produced. They can have in exchange the license. If you produce that language, be made to make it available for the rest of the world. And yes, it's proper for even for mobiles with full dome capabilities. And well, it's very a recommended production. And on the other hand, we have Kira. That was a movie that we learned about last year. It's in English, German. I still not sure about other languages. It's a little bit harder to produce in other languages because actors actually. But if you're up to the challenge, I'm pretty sure they will love to have other versions. It requires like 5 actors to do that. But well, those are some of the materials that are being produced for the Centennial. There are posters. There are some short movies that were in a contest here, and they are already free for the rest of the world. And I'm pretty sure very soon we will know about where to download them. The 3 of the winners, they're going to be available free for fixed and mobile planetariums. So that's about the Centennial and the celebration of the International Day of Planetariums. We invite you to keep updated to all the events, and of course, produce your own events at your domes. Thank you.
Excellent. And I like the point that you made about letting people know that planetariums are internationally, they're around the world. And when you are doing your day of planetariums, that it would be important to bring in other cultural information and talk about planetariums that are in other countries, that we're not alone. I think that's pretty important. I see a couple of things in the chat that someone would like to translate it into French. Excellent.
Well, that will be amazing. Just contact the producer, the email at the website, and he can tell you if he has not produced it already. Then you're up to it, of course.
And yeah, Arabic is going to be produced. That's wonderful.
Wow.
Okay,
Great.
so people are jumping on board. Okay, so we actually have a shorter meeting than usual because of one person missing, and I'm wondering if there are questions that you have on any topic whatsoever. I know Andreas was going to bring up the question of pointers, what kind of pointers that people use, because he does not want to use oh, come on, brain. He does not want to use the kind of flashlights that would hurt people. So he wants to use an incandescent bulb or some bulb that would work that would not be a laser and hurt people's eyes, because he hands the pointers out to children and so on, which I do too. The only thing I've been able to find is very expensive pointers from Learning Technologies or Star Lab, and from Harry Berglund is also producing one, Digitalis, but they're very expensive. They're over $100. So what kinds of things do you use out there? If you want to put it in the chat or just speak up and tell us what you use. Anyone?
Well, I can tell something about the pointers. We have used all of them, incandescent and lasers and all. But one thing we do with it, when we're playing back something pre-recorded, like a full dome, we just put the arrow as part of the video, so we don't use a pointer. It's already automatic.
I see. Okay. Question, does anybody use, let's see, outside mobile domes? Yes. What? Yeah, okay. We've had some information in the past about people trying to use domes outside. I know that there are, I think the Spanish dome is rubberized and it's more weather resistant in terms of moisture and things like that. I know some people have built protective surrounds for their planetarium, so the wind does not shake the planetarium while they're inside. There have been cases where a wind gust has come up and lifted a planetarium off the ground. So you do have to be really careful about using inflatable domes. Negative pressure, I don't know anything about that. But I would definitely be very careful, checking the weather, making sure you have a cover available in case you starts to rain and so on. Marco, you've used yours outside sometimes.
We have tried and even succeeded, but under very careful conditions. I mean, if the weather is okay, we may try to do it for an hour, maybe something short. But yeah, we cannot risk this one. Yes, we prefer not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we have some experience because we produce negative pressure domes. It's a tricky question. Yeah, some people like use at your own risk. Basically, yeah, like of course, if you're in controlled environment like city and you can protect yourself by building, yeah, and like sometimes people install even under some entrance part of the building, yeah, so you can control the wind. So it's pretty safe and like no big issue. Normally, if we recommend to use additional inflatable cover, it's normally decorative cover that you use over your negative pressure dome. So it makes the dome more sleek for the wind, and also it repels rain, because like it's inflated from inside. Yeah, so like normally negative pressure dome sucks the air inside. Yeah, like and if you have additional layer, like we call it decorative cover or decorative envelope, yeah, so like you can basically it's rain protected. Some of our clients at their own risk like use it permanently, and they stay for years. even in like not in city, like some of our clients in Slovakia, I think use it in a forest. But yeah, it depends on the weather. Yeah, like if you have strong wind, yeah, there were cases where like domes were blown away. But like there are two types of negative pressure domes. So normally, if we talk about negative pressure dome, we talk about light frame aluminum frame. Like it's normally we have two types of frames. That one of this light frame, like lightest frame, it's like very thin aluminum rods and connectors, and another what we call rigid frames that are actually curved aluminum frames and connected with bolts. So of course, like rigid frames are more stable, and light frames are only for indoor installations. So like two types of domes, but of course, negative pressure domes can be also done with steel frame, like geodesic, classical geodesic dome. So I would say the good strategy we tell client, yes, use it. We called it temporary outdoor solution. So like as Marco said, exactly like if you know that the weather will be good, like if you can control the time you use it, yeah, like, and if you can easily take it out, yes, and you can like easily, of course, provide all the safety measures for your audience. Yeah, it's quite good solution, and we use it like for audience and for corporate events, like even for companies like Roche, that is a big international company, and like another companies using it in control environment. Yeah, but ultimate solution, I would say, use steel frame geodesic dome as a shelter. Yeah, so like we had this experience in Moldova when our clients were using it like for years. So negative pressure dome inside, and you can buy any kind of like locally produced geodesic steel frame dome and put it outside as a shelter. It gives many benefits. So you have some space between the domes, you can store stuff, you have 2 layers of like weather protection here, because like geodesic domes normally have vinyl, and of course like it's much easier. So you kind of, how to say, use every technology for its purpose. Yeah, like negative pressure dome, that is, it should be nice, it should be have a very like, how to say, wrinkle free screen. Yes, like it should be like nicely designed with very high precision. And outside geodesic dome is just standard geodesic dome you can get from any place in the world. They are commonly produced by many companies, and it should not have any like planetarium features. Yeah, it's just a shelter. So in this case, I think it's ideal combination. And of course, this outer dome should be like few meters bigger in diameter, just to not to touch your negative pressure dome. So ultimate solution for permanent installation, combination of steel framed geodesic dome with vinyl cover and negative pressure dome inside. For temporary installation, use at your own risk, control the weather, probably use this additional layer, yeah, additional envelope to protect you from the rain.
Since you are making domes, can you comment on the fire retardant issue?
Yes, yes, like if you yeah, so the fabrics we used have M1 fire retardancy certificates. But yeah, they specially treated, so it's not fabric you buy on like Alibaba or somewhere. It's produced specially for this purpose. Yeah, so like there are fabrics that are certified for M1 certificate. It's, yeah, one of the highest fire retardancy certificates in the world.
Is there an international
Certificate.
certificate, or yeah?
For some of them, yes. For some of them, yeah. Like the company we use, we also produce our fabric in China, but they have international certificate from certificate bureau of like international known company. I cannot say exactly, but yeah, we have this certificate, and looks like it's yeah, it's working internationally because it's an international company with an office in China. And
see.
yeah, but also you can take a sample of a fabric, go to your local office and test it in case it satisfies your local fire inspection kind of thing. So I know there is a practice in the United States, for example, that you have fire marshal local in your state or your city, yeah, and you just provide them like two pieces of few pieces of fabric you plan to use in your dome, yeah, and they kind of inspect it and say it's okay. It's quite a simple procedure, I would say, yeah. Like, so you have a fire for 10 seconds or 1 minute, and it should not go like 10 centimeters. I don't remember exactly this stuff.
That's really good information, because I have recently heard that some countries will not allow many domes because their standards are not the same. But if
Yeah,
you do
by the
have
way, there is another practice we in sometimes like in Japan, they apply additional layer of fire retardancy spray or something, so they have like their own like kind of thing, and yeah, so and they just apply additional layer of this spray. Maybe like they have some like, how to say, for a few months like period, you should just treat your fabric with this spray and it works. Yeah, for them like as additional thing. For Japan, for example, they're more conscious about like earthquakes and structural how to say, like integrity of your dome and structural certificates and fire retardancy. And for fire retardancy, they apply their own stuff, and it works this way. We had an interesting situation when sometimes when we installed domes inside in America, there were splinters inside the dome, and yeah, so you fire inspection just done. It's not a question of fabric certificate, but it's a question that like splinter should be inside of any public area. So if dome is a kind of like, to say it's a shelter, yeah, so you should install splinter inside the dome also. And we have few of the domes, like one in Japan and one in USA in a shopping mall that has a splinter system inside the dome. we had to manufacture the screen in a dome in a way so splinter can go inside with like all this water pipe and so on.
I didn't actually know that happened. I know in Canada they were trying to get that to happen, and it was, they finally relented. But yeah, that's interesting. Okay. Thank you very much, Yuri.
You're welcome.
Are you manufacturing in the country, or are you out of Ukraine? Because you
no, we manufacture everything in Ukraine.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, but like we are in a safe part of the country, in Kiev, and in the historical part of it. So like looks like it's the safest place right now in Ukraine.
Well, our hearts are with you, you know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm looking at the chat, and someone, Julie asked what softwares people are using, and Lionel put some information about Planetarium softwares for domes. So there's a link there, so you can check that out. Planetarium Zoom seminar October 27th was about pointers. There's just a description in the chat for that under Rosemary's chat. And Marco, you had a question? Yes. What do you do regarding the heat? It is so hot in some of our countries, and how are people handling that? Jeremy says they don't use their dome from November to March unless it's in a climate controlled room. Anybody have any advice on air conditioning a dome?
We have advice.
Okay, Yuri.
We use it all the time. Like, of course, like it's not so hot in Ukraine, but how in other countries. But common practice, for example, for negative pressure domes, because they're isolated. Like, I mean, so negative pressure dome has a dome part, yeah, that is overview, yeah, and has a, we call it skirt, yeah, or like walls. And in the walls, we just make a few holes for air holes, and we use mobile conditioner that is actually could be placed inside or outside of the dome, yeah, and just cold air just circulating through this like holes inside the dome. I mean, I don't know if I told it.
So you are manufacturing the dome specifically that way, or it's something you can add onto a dome?
We just leave a few sleeves, yeah, that can go inside, like black ones, so they kind of closed, but you can untie it like with just simple tie and put air conditioning tube, like not tube holes, yeah, like this inside. So, and then you place air conditioners outside your dome and just put a few holes. Sometimes we use just normal blower for this, just to circulate. For example, if you're working inside a shopping mall, it's air conditioned, but inside you have your projection system, you have people that heat, and we just use additional air blower just to get fresh air outside of the dome. Not even, you don't need to air condition it sometimes because the air is cold.
Okay, so I'm having a hard time picturing that. And I would like to put that in my column if you had a picture to show
I will try to find it.
what you're talking about. Yeah.
Let me find
I can add a note about the side.
What?
Omar? Say that again.
Concerning the heat inside the portable planetarium, I have a short note or short solution. We can distribute a manual fan. You know the manual fan of Chinese land with each case or each audience inside the planetarium. We can print also some promotional issue about the manual fan, the name of your planetarium, sometimes astronomical objects, and give each one manual fan inside. The manual fan don't add any pressure, don't add any difficult weight inside, and you can use it during the show, and you can solve also for the 20 or 25 minutes inside. I think it's smart.
Good job. A nice advertising ploy too.
Thank you.
Very good.
Let me find. If I will find, I don't wanna just.
Okay.
You wait for me, but I will find some pictures and.
Okay, we'll go on to. Julie asked, how do you handle the delicate dome? Ours tends to get small rips and tears every time we use it. Wow, that's terrible. Is there a way people are being more cautious about the dome as you set it up and tear it down? It seems like it's overly delicate if you're getting tears every time. I just made sure that I didn't have any overhead lights or anything that it was rubbing on when it was being used. Any other suggestions from people? What kind of dome are you using, Julie?
Our dome comes from a company called Star Lab.
Okay. And you find that
it seems like it rips a lot. I think some of it might be the Velcro.
Oh, is this one of their newer domes that are black?
That's right.
Yeah, interesting.
Julie, we have the same one, the black digital Starlab, and we have been very, very careful with it, but in despite of that, it's tearing apart. So it is very delicate dome.
Wow.
Does anyone use a different brand that might be a little less delicate that we could maybe get once this one has?
Yeah, please, we need that too.
Actually, I don't know what the other domes are like. I've not had the experience with Digitalis or Lena, what about the Spanish dome?
Oh, in Spain, there are two companies, one named Area Cubica, and the other is Kim Gisha. And those domes are very good, and especially the Kim Gisha dome, because it's it doesn't tear apart, no holes in 10 years of use. So far better than others that I used before. But those are very good as well concerning the fire retardant. But these are expensive. So everything has a price.
And are they heavy?
No, no.
No.
Concerning the Kim Gisha dome, it's even lighter than the Erasa Cosmos Cosmodicée domes that we were using, and a lot of holes after a few time of use, and very, very high weighted domes. So no complaint about Kim Gisha domes. Those are very, very good. And it's good concerning the fire retardant system, which is not the fact with Sayoki domes from China, for example, because we decided to test with the fire for Sayoki domes, and it was far from what we could expect for this fabric.
Could you
Interesting.
drop those names in the chat?
The names of the companies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. And the website as well.
And Yuri, do you have any
Yes.
reports on the durability of your domes from your users?
Yeah, I mean, like it has two layers of fabric. Outer fabric is very thick, black fabric. I mean, and dome fabric. Yes, like normally no problem, because this outside fabric is very rigid and very, very strong. Yeah, but it's a different technology, because like if you use inflatable dome, it should be lightweight. For negative pressure domes, you don't need to be too lightweight. Yeah, negative pressure is the pressure between two layers. It's enough, like in fabric, and it's very how to say, strong force, like to make it yeah, I can show you, by the way, just if somebody does not know what is negative pressure dome. Here is an example of negative pressure dome we used for Roche. It's a famous pharmaceutical giant from Switzerland. Yes, and here is a process of building negative pressure dome. Yes, so like you basically create a frame. You assemble a frame from aluminum, then you create this outer shell, then you install, sometimes we use what we called hard doors, like sometimes you have just a curtain, but sometimes you have like normal door, and like sometimes you have two doors. And here is two doors, yes, and what I told you about this outer shell, that is actually protects from weather additionally, and nicely looking. Yes, and then it looks totally professional and totally like looks like basically stationary dome. Yes, like all the means. And I have some photos of setup and how it looked. So what I told about this additional yeah.
Oh, I see.
Since
Yeah.
here you install your blowers, and they were just decorated, and you have additional holes for air conditioning. Yes, like, and you just two blowers were used for screen, one blower was used for outer shell, and this were for air conditioning. Yeah, and some you have air conditioner inside or outside. I don't know how they did it this time. Yes, like but. And as I told you about controllable environment, yeah, it's outdoors, but at the same time, there is no strong wind here because it's the entrance of the corporate building and no big problem with the wind. So that's how structure looks. And then, yeah. So
How long does it take to set up one of those?
3 days for this. It's
Ah,
like,
so
3
it's-
days and 4 people, as far as I remember.
It's semi-permanent then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Good
there is,
information.
yeah, there is another way of doing them, as I told. There is a lightweight frame that is actually quicker to set up. Yes, like it's the same technology. Let me check. Same technology. Yeah, so like you have this type of frame that is rigid, and this type of frame, its connectors are plastic, and tubes are just thin, like 2 centimeter in diameter, and they have clicking system. Yeah, so like that's for if you want to go like for 1 day, like and to set up. And this system is more for permanent, semi-permanent installations. Yes. So it's a good like it's a good balance. Like like you have inflatable dome that is actually in our perception is low end. Yeah, because you cannot provide all this like good screen without wrinkles and so on and so on. And then you have negative pressure technology, and inside negative pressure technology you have 2 types of frames. One is lightweight, that quicker to set up, but again you cannot compete with inflatable dome. Like inflatable dome maybe up to 1 hour. Here is at least like 2-3 hours minimum, maybe up to 5 hours. And if you have then you have another type of the frame that is rigid frame, what we call that. It has bolted connectors, yes, hubs, and it's like few days to set up. But yeah, and then you have aluminum domes that are, of course, like.
That's wonderful to know about all those different technologies. And my inflatable dome, it probably takes me half an hour to put it up. So yes, they're much quicker. But
And
there's
with-
different situations require different things. So
Yeah, and actually inside negative pressure technology, you also have 2 technologies. Like you have in what we call enclosed dome, that is dome to the ground, yes. And you have open dome that is not dome to the ground, but dome to you can install inside something, yes, like this, yeah. And this is, and then you can tilt it, you can put it on some stands, yes, like and like so, and you can actually even change the angle of this dome, yeah, like and it's like purely indoor technology, but indoor technology that is flexible to use inside many places, you know, like so you can do it this way, and then you can have a curtain here, yeah, like or not having curtain, a lot of options.
yeah, that's wonderful. And I'm assuming you put your information in the dome. Yeah, you did.
I can basically, I forgot about my emails.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And we're talking about noise reduction in the dome. Like Francis. Mike, you want to describe what you did to improve the sound?
I haven't been able to improve the sound. That's why I
Oh.
was asking. I think it was Marco that improved the sound.
Marco?
No, oh
Yes.
boy, I can't say that.
Yes, we actually had to improve the sound. We have a full sound theater with a big subwoofer and many speakers. It's very good sound. Actually, we like the result. And now we are on top of the noise that makes the fan or maybe people outside or whatever. People are telling us lately, what a great sound you have. So it sounds more like a movie theater now. But yes, the fan, we haven't been able to figure how to lower the noise.
Well, because I'm an actor, I can overcome the sound so that the audience can hear me, but I can't hear them. Or I can hear them, but I won't understand what they're saying. I mean, I've got the fan blowing right in my right ear. So
Yeah.
I
Again,
did find it.
We have experience with fans, I don't know if they can be used for inflatable domes, but for negative pressure domes, we used fans that are used as a part of air conditioning systems. The brand is called TD Silent. I will send you a link. TD Silent, yeah, so they are quite silent. I would say if you are inside the dome, you don't hear anything. Like outside the dome, of course, you hear the sound, but it's outside. I will send the name of the brand we use. And they're available all around the world. It's European company that is used in air conditioning. So like if you have your, how to say, office air conditioning system that like installed inside, you have fans that actually for this airflow. Yeah, and TD Silent produces these fans. And we use them for our dome.
In Paraguay, we built a box with noise reduction plates. It works very good. Can you explain that? I can't pronounce. I can't pronounce your company name either.
It's an astronomical backpacker, but
oh yes, okay.
Well, we built a box, a wood box, and we put the fan inside. But inside the box, we create a silent room. I don't know if you have heard, for example, the musicians use a room where they put a sound plates. So we use these the plates. We use these plates inside this box, and then we put the fan inside the box. And when we close this, we let this window or this small hole to connect the fan to the dome, and then the sound is reduced. It's a very big reduction of sound, and it works very good because outside the dome we cannot use listen the fan, and inside the dome we use music and we use our voice, for example, and it's not so it's not a problem the fan sound if we use this box. For example, I had created this because I had the same problem when I was inside the dome. I heard the sound of the fan and it was really annoying. But with this solution, I think we have better functions.
We use Yamaha Studio monitor. It's a speaker. I have Star Vision in Dianity, India. Is it? Yeah, okay. We use Yamaha Studio monitor in twin speakers. It's very useful for getting clear sound in empty rooms. In India, we do here for mobile planetarium in 20 into 20 room. It's a 400 square feet room. So here also the blower gets very noisy. But we use Yamaha Studio monitor speakers means it's get clear sounds. So you can check with that also. It's used for musicians who use and editors somewhere in using worldwide. So HS8 we use Yamaha Studio monitor HS8. It's very useful for noise reduction. Thank you.
Reach out to you people because I like to write about these things in my column, and if you have a little write-up you could send me, or pictures of what you're doing with your sound to make it more pleasing, please send that to me and I will publish it in the IPS journal in my column.
Okay, we will do. I will do.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. I see many things in the chat. That's very good. I don't see any more questions. So, Marco, I think it's about time for a wrap up.
Sure, it's been great, and I always love the information that we have in the chat, and so we always save that. And of course, the recording is going to be available on the YouTube channel for the IPS, so we can check it again whenever you want. So another topic, just to remind you that IPS is open to memberships. In case you haven't been already a member of the IPS, it provides a lot of interaction and experiences that we can share between us. So we invite you, so whoever is not yet a member of the IPS, please go ahead to the website, which I will put in the chat, the address. So you can check all the time. And there's a lot of free resources for mobiles, right, Susan?
Yes, if you go to the resources tab on the IPS website, go down to the portable planetarium resource site. I've taken all the resources all over the IPS website and put them on my page for portable domes, just so it's in one place that you can look instead of having to search the whole website. So make sure you check that out. Okay, it's pretty easy to find IPS-planetarium.org.
I'm sharing the website.
Okay. Yeah.
And we have here resources and the portable planetarium.
Yeah. Great. Okay, next meeting.
August.
Can be August. It seems it has been working fine Saturdays, mornings or evenings or whatever. So I think the August 10th may be the next meeting. Because after the conference, we may have interesting news to discuss. So the international conference in Berlin is going to be in July. So we can meet again after that and share any new experiences.
Okay. Anything else anyone has to announce or share? Okay. Well, if you hadn't put your name and your company name and your country or state, please make sure that's in the chat, because we're saving the chat and that'll help us to find out who you are and where you're from. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you to our presenters for sharing. That was wonderful. See you next time.
Sure. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Vanakkam.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, okay, bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye from Buffalo.
Bye.
Bye-bye from Casper.
Great.
Thank you for the wonderful session as well.
Yeah, I'll see some of you in Berlin, I hope.